Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on some recent sort of press. There's some news about that there was a car crash near the Walking Dead set, and Stephen Yeun and Norman Reedus, who of course played Glenn and Daryl, you guys know already, stopped to, I guess, witness, or, you know, the news articles say help out. So, of course, this brings some questions. Okay, so they were heading towards filming, and they did that. Then they stopped, and I guess they witnessed it, this kind of thing. They weren't involved in it or anything, so they stopped to see if there's anything they could do, this kind of thing. It'd be good Samaritans. Good for them. Good guys. That's good. So, with regards to this, so what does it mean for us? Does it mean that Stephen Yeun, of course, Glenn, of course, Norman, Daryl, are both still on set? So does that mean that they're both still alive for The Walking Dead? Now, this is tricky, right? So there's going to be a lot of stuff, obviously, coming out this summer, and we can draw different conclusions from it. But at least we know that the scene would be most likely, the death scene, it looks like was already filmed for the most part. So as far as I've heard, anyway, it looks like it was filmed, closed, nothing leaked, nothing getting out, pretty much. Nobody knows really anything about it. It was really well secured, and that it seems like nobody really knows right now. So, except for, of course, the cast and the crew, the immediate crew involved. So that's good. They've been able to keep it closed up so far. We haven't gotten anything confirmed, leaked yet. But both of them still heading towards set, so both of them still on set, still filming and everything after that event. Or at least going there. So, it's fun. I'll continue with you guys throughout the summer, of course, as we get any more information about where the actors, the cast is. With regards to filming and anything else I hear, I'll let you guys know. If there's any major spoilers or anything, I'll write in the title, major spoilers, so that way, if you want to wait till October to find out for sure if something does get leaked and we find out for sure who it is, confirmed 100%, then I'll let you guys know. So I think this is pretty cool because, for me, you guys know, like, I thought I'm pretty much, even still too, even though the Stephen Yeun is still on set, or still going there anyway, I still think that Glenn's probably most likely. The other person I think that's up there too, of course, is Abraham. And that's somebody that a lot of people think, and I've seen some polls where Abraham is actually one of the top ones. But if you're a fan of, Norman Reedus, if you're a fan of Daryl and Glenn, I think it is good that at least they're both still going there. That's good to see. But as I've said in recent videos too, and I think most of you guys would agree, if you were doing it and you didn't want it to get out, you'd probably want the actors to keep coming back at least for a little while, or be in and around, so that people wouldn't get the idea that they're missing, and then be able to say, oh, it was this person who was killed off, or it was that character that was killed off. So I think for that, some people think even two characters are going to get killed off, both Glenn and Abraham. So we'll see once the trailer hits, but yeah, I'm definitely expecting some misdirection. And I don't think just because they're both still going that means that they're both safe. Because even if it was Abraham who's killed off, as far as I know, I think Michael Cudlitz is still on location. As far as I know, I guess I could look that up and see. But yeah, I mean, I would think that AMC will probably keep them around because they really probably do not want this to get leaked out who it is, for it. That's why they're handling it with such care right now. They want us to wait until October to find out, and we'll see when the trailer hits what we can say. So that's really all I can say about it. A lot of people messaged me about it. This was a couple days ago now, but you guys know I have my videos lined up one day at a time, and I do videos one a day. So sometimes it might take me a couple days to get a video out for you guys because I've had other ones lined up for those days prior, scheduled and everything. So, yeah, man, that's really all I can say about it. I mean, it's good that they're both there. It's a good sign, I suppose, but I wouldn't say it's conclusive that for sure both of them are going to survive. And like I said, this is kind of expected that whoever's going to be killed off will probably still be at least on location, I would say. So that one was from Conor Medlyn. Other people messaged me about it as well, too. In brackets, SpaghettiGamer is his name. He says, hey, Trev, could you include in Q&A your thoughts on Norman Reedus and Stephen Yeun helping victims in a car crash? And apparently, nobody was hurt, so I guess it was okay. But they were there. They were there to help if they, if needed. But you guys know how news likes to spin things. Heroes, Walking Dead heroes. It's like, they probably laugh because it's like, they just probably stopped there and stood around for a minute and then realized the cops were coming and okay, everything's okay. And then they left. That's probably what happened. I wasn't there, so probably what happened. They were on their way to AMC Studios. Do you think this has guests half spoiled the ending or not? So meaning like, do I think this is confirmed? No, not really. Next one, also from him, because he asked some really good questions, so I decided to include a few. He says, hey, Trev, do you think us not seeing who Negan killed in the finale is it good or bad? To answer that simply, I don't like to simplify black and white. I like shades of gray in the world, and the world's fun because everything is so gray. It's hard to say, 1 or 0 one way or another. But simply, I think it was bad, to be honest. I mean, I think they should have just showed it to us, but, there's probably a lot of reasons behind why they didn't. Kirkman explained a few in that apology, and, that it's kind of an apology. I wasn't even going to do a video on it, but I decided, you know what, you guys asked for it, so I do it. That's why I did that yesterday. Some people are like, oh, you're late, Trev. You're like, no, it's, sometimes like it's nothing. I don't even know if I want to touch on it, but I decided I would because you guys wanted to know, so what I think. So, simply, I'd say it was bad. Now it might be good for the health of the show because then you might get people, and as Kirkman said, they're not trying to game the audience. And I'm not saying that they're being shady or they're not providing us with great quality, that kind of deal. But at the same time, too, like shows like Under the Dome sometimes have had some brutal cliffhangers where you get literally the season cuts off at like the worst part ever. The Walking Dead's done it, a few times now. Always more cliffhangers, AMC. This is fun. It's what it is. But they do obviously want people to come back and watch the show, and it builds up hype pretty much from what Kirkman said. What you can draw from it is this: they made the decision that they want people to talk about the show more. They want channels like this to continue, which is cool because other organizations like the UFC want to shut channels like this down. You have people out there, some networks are not okay with people doing videos and talking about their stuff, which is the case in there's different channels out there that run into all kinds of trouble because they don't like it. I'm glad that AMC is okay with us doing a channel like this talking about the show and everything, and they actually like it. Is good. So they like press, they like people talking about it, they like people being interested in it even when it's not on. And so for that, I'm glad. That means that they won't shut me down or anything or get mad at me because of what I do here, what we do here. So that's cool. But they probably figured it's better for the show if they didn't, because then it would build up and everything, and in a couple of years it wouldn't matter anyway, and it would increase popularity of the show, get people talking about it more, and have more staying power over the course of the summer. And then when finally the episode does hit, it'll be even more. Because it's kind of like, too, they did give us the first appearance of Negan, so I guess they felt like Rick losing control and Negan showing up was enough for the finale. I guess we have to give him a pass. The season was pretty insane anyway, so I guess we got to give him whatever. It is what it is. We don't have much of a choice. We like the show. We got to wait. But I would say overall it was, as a viewer, as a fan, kind of bad. Maybe if you worked on it, like maybe if you were involved in it, you'd see it as good. It depends. We have different metrics. Fans, we go based on what we enjoy and what we like. People involved with producing the show, they're going to go based on a different metric. They're going to go based on, how many people are watching, this kind of thing, how many advertisers want to advertise. All these are considerations business-wise to, the show and what they're going to do with it. And Fear of the Walking Dead and all this, so... Yeah. Next one's from Yoda. He says, how now that the cliffhanger / cheap gimmick to generate social media buzz is now over... Yoda, he's definitely wise, is now over us. He's got some picture of Yoda, too, and he's sitting down. Like I think the old school one, not the CG one, like the puppet. Which I like the puppet one better myself, too. I'm partial to the puppet. CG is, it's what it is. Is now over. Us fans are just left with a bad taste in our mouths. Although AMC has done a better job lately, they are notorious for allowing leaks. What are the chances of Negan's kill actually being kept a secret until the premiere, in your opinion? Long-time fan of your show. Keep up the good work, Trev. Okay, brother, so the chances that they're actually going to be able to lock it up and, us really not know depends on their effort and how long they're willing to pay whoever it is that wants to stick around. They better film some Gareth shit, for him. Like I said in the recent videos, they better be going to Washington and curing this thing together. So if they do that, which I'm expecting they will, then it might be, we may actually not know for sure until October. We may not know for sure because, no matter what, they could swing it and they could twist it and they could screw with us and everything, and we just may not know. If they keep everybody around, what are we going to do, guys, if everybody's still on set the entire season? We're not going to know. What if they release the trailer and Glenn is in like every scene of the trailer? And then we might think they're overcompensating and it goes the other way and then we think it is Glenn. But you still don't know for sure. You see how this is going to drive me? I'm going to have nightmares about this shit for the rest of the summer. That's why I don't want to talk about this shit. I'm going to do more Game of Thrones videos. I'm going to talk about fear because this shit makes me screwy because you can't figure it out because you don't know for sure. So, but, you know, it's a pretty good chance unless they... And the other part we said allowing leaks. So, you know, the very term leak is supposed to mean like, you know, you have a leak in your roof, water comes in, you don't want it to come in, it comes in, it's a leak, right? That's the idea of what a leak is something you don't want to get out. Game of Thrones, HBO doesn't want the first 3 episodes of Game of Thrones to leak online, and they do. Now, sometimes AMC, I think, is careless, and they put together trailers in other languages and stuff that include stuff that it shouldn't, and maybe that's a translator issue, the people that are working there. They're just not as meticulous about being careful as they should be, which I think is the case. You know, the audio gets leaked, this kind of stuff happens for Negan, you know, it happens, whatever. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think they do it on purpose, is what I'm saying. Sometimes maybe, like there are probably a few instances. Most of the time, like for example on the Blu-ray of Season 2, yes, this happened, Shane's final episode, when the Blu-ray description was released, like halfway through the second half. So before 18 Miles Out, yes, it did say in the Blu-ray, Shane's last episode in the description. So, yeah, Shane's death was spoiled for me online here, guys. It really was. So, you know, did they do that on purpose? No. I guarantee you somebody got fired for that shit. But, you know, it's not like they put enough QA, quality assurance, into Times to be careful. So sometimes maybe they release a few little things. But they didn't want Shane's death to get out. They didn't want Dale's death to get out. And I guarantee you here, they probably, preferably, they probably want to lock this up, which is why already we don't know who it is. Otherwise, we already know. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, man, you know, thanks, Yoda. Keep doing your thing, man. May the force be with you and all that good stuff. Do a couple more. Next one's from Jon Snow Rules. He says, hey, Trev, have a question for your Q&A. Think that after Rick and his group arrive back to Alexandria from the hilltop, a group of saviors led by Dwight will attack Alexandria. It could be a cool way to end episode 1, in my opinion, or end episode 1 with Dwight being captured by the Alexandrians. Thoughts? So where he gets this from is that, of course, in the comic book series, that's what happens in the comic book series. I'm not going to say spoilers, but yeah, whatever. It's not that big a deal. Now this is spoilers. They just release them anyway because Rick finds out what the saviors are, and he doesn't want to kill Dwight or keep him captured, and he wants to release him because he knows that, you know, the saviors are for real. They're the real deal. They're not just a boogeyman like Daryl said. So yeah. So in the TV series version, I think it'd be cool, but because Dwight's there, maybe it'd be another small group of saviors that attacked, and then maybe they've captured one of them, and he gets back, and Gabriel's got one of them. And he's like, "I did good, Rick. I did good." And Rick's like, "Oh no, we gotta let him go, man. We gotta let him go." And I was like, "What?" You know. Maybe gives them some religious quotes and stuff. And what? You know, so we'll see if they use it though, because otherwise they'll have to. Maybe they either won't adapt that part or they'll just adapt it differently, because it doesn't always work out to, you know, verbatim. They're able to adapt every single part over. So maybe that part doesn't cross over, or if it does, it does not include Dwight in that part. So we'll see what they do with it. Anyway, I'll call it here for today's Q&A, guys. Keep sending me your questions, and I'll keep making your videos for you. And yeah, of course, check out the reviews for Game of Thrones last night and Fear the Walking Dead, the usual stuff, predictions for next week, and more videos to come for you guys. Keep sending me your questions, and we're going to do one talking about, probably tomorrow, who's more evil, Rick or Negan, since, well, we'll talk about it more in that video, but what would Rick have done if he'd captured, you know, that many people of the Saviors? Would he have killed them all or just killed one of them? It's a good discussion. I think it's fun. We'll talk about that. Anyway, that's it for this one. If you guys liked it, you know what to do. As usual, guys, keep thumbing it up. Always appreciate it. Share favorite. Enjoy the hell of the summer, man. It's beautiful outside right now, so I just cut the grass. It's wonderful. And get some sunlight, you know, get away from this computer station for a little bit is good. And yeah, if you guys are new and you want to sub, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video today. I'll see you guys again real soon tomorrow. As always, it's Trev saying peace later, guys. See ya. Have a good one.